forests are different. All communities are different. They operate differently. And how they operate is going to depend upon the communities they're in, as well as the forests around them.
The Sunshine Coast, northwest of Vancouver. Ocean, mountains, and big trees. There's been logging on this coast since the early 1900s. Now, Sechelt is a busy service center. The population has grown. Retirees, artists, and families have all come to this coast. The forest now needs to be managed for new values, new markets.
We tend to be planners, and right now we're trying to plan our next 250 years and what the timber is going to look like, both in structure and product.
A number of years ago, we became aware of the issues facing many of the small business operators and sought to establish a community forest.
I can remember my teacher writing biogeoclimatic classification on the board as a new word. And now it's a keystone of how we look after the forest today, and it goes right from a community such as Sechelt looking after this forest and making sure it's harvested properly and sustainably, right through to the customers that we have around the world that expect it to be done this way and are happy to know that the trees they get are from a sustainably managed forest like this one.
A community forest brings a number of benefits to the community. First of all is the opportunity to help in the local economic engines of value added for local operators to provide manufacturing. It also provides the opportunity for the community forest to employ local loggers that are aware of the local conditions and local values. And it provides the opportunity for tremendous local input in management of the forests around our community.
Our local users, they have an advantage of buying from us, and that advantage is that they can come out to the forest and pick the actual trees that they want, and they can pick it either for form or for structure, and so they get the best value out of the tree that they pick versus going and buying one at a local dryland sort, and they get what they're given.
Just depends on who the customer is, but sometimes they're so into where the wood comes from that we'll provide them with a map of where it came from, photos, and a story as to the tree's journey.
And what we do is we ask them to go out into our cutting permits and our blocks and actually mark with paint which trees they want. And then what we do is we follow those trees and we bring them to roadside, and we can either deliver them or they come and pick them up. We sell everything at market price. However, the local person's advantage is that they're going to get the trees they want, they're going to get higher productivity, higher value, and as well, they're going to be able to take it to where they want to at a lower cost. So they end up saving money, we end up saving money, and it creates jobs. It keeps people working, and that's one of our key visions and goals, is to maintain some local employment that otherwise perhaps wouldn't have been here. We need to be innovative in providing jobs for our local communities that include high-tech, value-added manufacturing. We cannot use our valuable timber to make 2x4s. It should be made into engineered products. West Coast Log Homes is a local company that was started in 1999. And it was two brothers that started the company and one son. They contact me when they do want the wood. We come into a block and they pick the logs that they want. And it's not only the best logs, but it's also trees that have interesting forms on them. And then we log the wood for them and deliver it.
We didn't cut the tree down to make paper out of it. We actually created a piece of art, and people are happy, and it will be there for many, many years to enjoy.
Their pressure washing system of taking the bark off leaves a nice smooth finish. So you see a tree that they've they've taken down that has curious shapes to it. They build those curious shapes into the design of their houses. So it's not just straight logs, but there's features there, and there could be a sculpture added to it too, depending on what the customer wants. They now employ about 27 people. They are what I would call a heavy employment or an employer on the Sunshine Coast. And they're a family type of organization. They train their workers on the Japanese way of building log homes.
Like, it's not a telephone pole, it's not a machined log, it's a piece of art when it's done.
The Seychelles Community Forest is close to Vancouver and its forestry students.
We've had many classes from BCIT come and see how we log. We've had class as far away as Nicola Valley has come to us as well. Currently, right now, we are doing a watershed study with graduate students at UBC.
The community is truly managing this forest, and the benefits are going back to the community, so I think they've structured it well, and I think they're running it very responsibly. So I'm glad to be part of it.
The community forest provides opportunities for significant benefits to the community, such as better management of the resources around us through the community participation. It provides the opportunities for community participation in management of water resources, which are a high priority for our community.
Our community forest here has been heavily impacted by forestry over the last 50 years. We're trying to project 250 years into the future. So some areas now that are regen perhaps could be old growth management areas 200 years from now. So it's a matter of imagining what it'll look like and then making plans to achieve those goals.